Really want to come to visit Pakistan. How are you going to sell Pakistan to me?
I would say to you that don't believe the news. Go and see for yourself. Go and yell at him. Then I go there. He's like, your family has been here. Please, I can't do anything. Leave me alone. Go yourself. Go. You can go and pick it up yourself. I can give you the address and the number.
When we were in kitchen, you guys used to cook your own food the way you want first. The thing that you want to eat.
Because the flavors were not there. It's salt and black pepper, maybe white pepper when it's fish.
Yes.
Nothing else. Dill, what does that add flavor? It's just an aroma you get from there.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Rice. Today I have another new friend of mine. I've known him like from I think more than 12 years.
Yeah, about.
Yes, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself and say who he is. Welcome, Baba.
Hi guys, my name is Waleed. I'm from Pakistan and been living in Finland since 2012. Me and Alex, we started studying together since we came to Finland, and we have known each other since then for a long while now.
I think, let me ask you one thing. The time that we were coming that first time, did you come before me or I came later? You were the...
I think you had came before us. Which month did you came?
Me, I came on the 28th of August. And I started school on...
No, then you came before.
Because
later.
I found you guys in class, I remember.
We came to Finland, well, we were supposed to come to Finland on 7th of August, but I think we came at 8 because... You remember the story when Ali lost his residence permit?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
So it went sideways. We were one full day delayed because of that.
Okay. So can you start a bit like start from young, where you're from?
In Pakistan, there's a small city on the southern side, I would say, north-south, or is it eastern side? Sorry, it's called Rabwabal. It's renamed to Chinabnagar. So. I'm from there. It's a pretty small town. About 65,000 people living there. And I've grown up there. And from there, I went to study in a bigger town, Lahore.
Lahore.
Yeah, after finishing my, let's say, college, I moved to Lahore and I was there in the university for 2 years before I came to Finland.
So you're coming from your family. Is it a big family or? For you?
Yeah, somewhat. We are total 5, 3 sisters, 2 brothers, including me. Mom, dad.
Are you the last born?
Yeah, youngest one.
Oh, you look like last born.
Okay.
So you studied. Where did you go for your? How is the education like in Pakistan? Do you go from the nursery school, then primary school?
We started from the very basic, so it was nursery, then we went to first, second, third until 10th, and then you went to college. And after college, it was to give the exams for the entrance of the university. So then it's to the university. I was in university for, like I said, a year and a half, 2 years, but then I had to quit it because, well, the university lost its affiliation with the government, so the paper is useless then. And I had a bit of a thing with the teacher there. He was, how do I say, he was against my religion, so he failed me in a test, in a final test.
How many religions are there in Pakistan?
Well, I mean, there is almost 70 sects of Muslims, I think.
76%.
No, I said there is different sects.
Sects, okay, yes.
In Muslims, and the sect I belong to is considered non-Muslim by the definition of law in the country. And that makes us a little bit of a target. So, and he was a little bit of an extremist in his own religion, so when he heard that I was belonging to there, he just failed me in the exam.
Wow.
So nothing I could do, no.
Just like that?
Just like that. That's Pakistan for you.
Wow. Okay, so explain to me, give me a short story about your life in Pakistan. Like everything, like your friends. How was Pakistan for you before now you came to Finland? So I just want to know like your backstory a bit.
Well, until I came to Finland, before that, Pakistan was good in the sense that life was good. You didn't have to worry about the job. You didn't have to care about anything. It was wake up, do your things, hang out with friends, go to mosque. That was life. Go to school,
Yeah.
and you start to realize that there is no future, or I started to realize that there is no future when I went to the university.
Yes.
The fees are just out of the roof.
What were you studying in the university? You went to major
I was
what?
studying computer sciences, bachelor's in computer sciences.
Yes.
And the university fees are just
Crazy.
incredible.
Yeah.
How much they charge.
Yeah.
The university I was studying, it wasn't even the best one, and the fees was, let's say, 17,000 for 6 months.
What?
Yeah, and that's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
For even a middle class person. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And
you
if
know,
you're-
again, even if you finish, it's not like you're guaranteed to
No,
get a job. or
absolutely
something,
not. There is a saying in Pakistan that if you pick up a brick, there might be an engineer or a software developer sitting underneath it. There's so many of them. Because what is a dream for a regular person? Grow up, doctor, engineer, doctor, engineer. That's
Yeah.
that's the mindset
Yeah.
that have been there since forever.
And is there like a way, like your parents? Are they into you guys studying to become those things you're saying, like?
Well, to be honest, I don't remember ever my mom or my dad or anybody forcing me that you are gonna go this way, you are gonna go that way. I never had that. So it was kind of my own choice of, if I have to say, to go in that way. But now when you look back, you realize what would have been better and what was not. But it's also the interest. I had more interest in those things that got me to where I was in the university.
So you went for the university. How long did you stay for the university? In the university?
It was between 1.5 years to 2 years before I stopped.
How was life there for the university? Was it like, were you like, back in my country, like in Kenya, like when you go to university, there are people who are boarders, like they stay inside like the university facilities and everything.
No.
Or the others?
At least in the university I was studying, they didn't had any facilities like that.
Yeah.
That university.
Just go home, you come
Yeah,
back.
go home, come back. You had hostels very close to it. You could rent, but no, we were staying we have rented an apartment in in Lahore.
Yeah, okay.
With a lot of our friends, because of course we were all of the same age, so we all came to Lahore same time. If you look at Lahore, living in Punjab, there is one place you're gonna go study,
Yeah.
and Punjab is where I am from. So if you're in that region, you are gonna go to Lahore to study. All the big universities are there. So we rented an apartment. We were like 6 guys living there. We knew each other very well. We were friends from childhood, so we all stayed there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So even before you start telling me how you came to learn about Finland, can you tell me one thing that I don't know, as like somebody who doesn't know Pakistan, about Pakistan, that many people don't know about Pakistan as a whole? Like
I would say,
if I really want to come to visit Pakistan, how are you going to sell Pakistan to me?
I would say to you that don't believe the news. Go and see for yourself. It used to be a little bit of that. It's not safe. But to be honest, there's a lot of places in the world that are not safe. You're not even safe in America. You could be shot anytime at any place. You don't know. But so considering that, you're much safer in Pakistan. Because the level of hospitality in that country is nowhere else to be found. It's that simple. Pick up any video blogger who have been to Pakistan, listen to what they say. Same story.
What about the climate?
Climate varies. If you go to north, you can find as cold as it can get here, -25. If you go down
in Pakistan?
Yeah, it could be very cold. There's all the seasons there. And if you want heat, we have desert. And if you want to be in a more of a coastal area, then you go to Karachi. It's hot and humid. In summer, it's just normal.
I heard like in Pakistan, there's areas that even people can't work during the day. They work after the sun has gone down because it's too hot, or still they can work.
Well, I don't think people care much when they are living there and they need money. But it might be that people who are a bit more, how do I say, sensitive, they might do that.
How hot is it then? When is the hottest like place? How many degrees does it reach?
I would say, well, I have the best example of my own hometown. It can go anywhere from 42 to 45 degrees there. Yeah.
What?
45 degrees. And we have we used to play out in the sun in the summer. In the 40 degrees, we will play in the ground.
Crickets, you guys playing?
Cricket, football, whatever.
Football.
Volleyball, we used to play everything.
So it's like you guys, when you are born somewhere like that, you get used to it and you it's
you don't feel, of course it feels hot, but you will not feel as hot as if I go back now. I'll probably not even survive there. Yeah, so if
true.
you think back,
It's
I don't
true.
know how we lived there.
Now you're spoiled.
Yeah, I would say so. So we used to play around, we would go outside, hang out with friends. I mean, nothing have ever stopped us. We do every day of life. Yes, in the middle of the day, some shops close down, people go home, take a little bit of a rest, a nap, and then they open up when it's around 4 or 5 o'clock in the day.
So is it hot during the day? Even at night, during summer it's hot, or it becomes a bit warm?
That town is a bit more like a desert.
Okay.
Or it used to be a desert city. So we actually still get sandstorm there.
Okay.
So in the night it kind of gets a bit much nicer. It's not that hot. Of course it's hot.
Yes.
But it's not as crazy hot as it's in the day. So it starts to be nicer, and especially when the weather changes, you actually feel a little bit cold in the night.
Okay.
Yeah. But the coldest it probably gets is maybe, if really cold winter, maybe 1-2 degrees maximum. But that's really rare. It's not very common.
Okay. So let me know now. How did you come to learn about Finland?
Let's see. When I heard about Finland, we have a education system back home which is governed by our religious community, because our town is mostly of the same religion people living there. So we have quite good system there. So first of all, my sisters, they went to study in Sweden, and I was still in college back then. So when I finished I was in the university, and when things went a little bit sideways, then I started to look at what is my future in this country, because my mom and dad can't support me to go again in the university and all that. So we looked at the options. First option was somebody told me, I don't remember, was it through our organization or who, I got to know about the Finland, but that was about the bachelor program. So I put up the application, got the invitation to do the test in Nepal, which is again another huge expense to travel to Nepal, live there, do the test and come back. Did that, came back, and we were a couple of friends who knew each other, and some who became very good friends from there. And luck has to be that we all did not go through.
All of you guys
not a single one of us got through. One guy we knew, he got through because of course he was quite smart, he was brilliant, so he got through. And one guy he failed and he still went to Finland. So we were like, how the hell did that happen? We used to sit around every other day, sitting and wondering, all of us, like 6-7 of us, how to get out of here. Do we have money? Can we apply for UK? Does anybody know somebody who can get us to the country with a little bit money? There's that. No options. Then we start to look into how the hell did this guy went there? So we started asking, and eventually heard that there's a cooking school in Finland, in Vasa, where there is no test, no fees. If you get the admission, that's it. Then it's the visa. So I started looking into that, and then it was also around that time that somebody said to me, okay, Australia is a pretty good option. So I applied in Australia.
So while you were applying for Finland, still you applied for Australia?
Actually, Australia was a priority. Australia was the main plan. Then the backup plan was, okay, I'll apply in Finland, hopefully I get it. I don't know if I will get it. And then it was I also applied the admission in Bachelor of Arts in an open university. Yeah.
Wait, sorry. When you had you're applying to Finland, and it was, what were you applying for? Which cooking school?
Yeah, now we are talking about the cooking school.
Yes. So the first time when somebody told you you go to Europe and you're going to in a cooking school, and the way I know back home, when somebody, you say you're going to do a kitchen work or maybe a waitress, they always see me, I'm imagining in Pakistan, you guys you're saying doctors, engineers and everything. And then you go to tell your parents I'm applying to go to do cooking.
No, of course we didn't even think about that. The actual plan was, you come to Finland through the cooking. In the first year, you get there, you apply to another university.
So for you just wanted to step
Yeah,
That is
it was the
one
first step out of the country.
Okay, good.
So the idea was get to the Finland, get into a university, leave cooking, start studying what you want, and go on with the life.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So being that in the mind, that was again still the second option. The first option was I had applied in a university in Australia where I got the admission.
Yes.
Then I applied for visa. So at the same time I applied for there, I applied the admission in Finland. Then I applied in the university in Pakistan, Open University for Bachelor's in Arts. So it was still like August, September when we started applying in Australia. By the end of the year, it was done. Then I applied, and at the same time I applied in the bachelor's. And by the end of the year, it was time to apply in Finland. So I sent the application, and I had a friend of mine. His name was Usman. So I got to him. He was also one of those we didn't get through.
You guys just sitting down and thinking, how can we come out of Pakistan?
Exactly. So I said to him, hey, I found this. The deadline is coming soon. We need to send an application. He's like, okay, let's go. I'll get my documents. We got all the papers attested, stamped, and however.
And I think by then we were not doing it online. You had to send the hard copies. Yeah.
So we filled out everything, put the pictures, blah blah blah, everything done, and we are gonna go apply. And he's like, yeah, let me apply for my brother also. I'm like, okay. Is he here? No, but we can send the documents. Yeah, we can send it. So we took his documents, put up everything together. We sent the application, all three. Then came January, February. Around February, I got the answer from Australia, and that was a rejection. And in those days, they did not even allow you the option to do appeal against the decision. They had taken away that option back then. So there was no chance of doing an appeal. It was dead. That option was dead. So I'm like, okay, I guess I should start preparing for my bachelor's. I hadn't bought any books, and I got my slip for the exams. You have exams, so you need to have that slip. So I started suddenly running around looking for books. I'm borrowing here, buying here, and I started going to the exams. I'm doing the exams and hoping that what's going to happen in the future. I had no idea. I was like, okay, so everything is done. I'm stuck here. So one day I'm coming out of we have a yard outside the house. So we had like a square house. So I'm coming out of the door and going towards the main, and something flies out over the door. Postman threw in like a big one on the floor. Like, well, that's pretty heavy. I went and picked it up, and it said Vasana Matthew Pisto. I was like, damn, that's mine.
In your head, did you think it's another rejection that is coming?
To me, it's
because it
was it was like rejection. Well.
Just hope.
But the thing that was going on, if it's a rejection, why would they send so many documents? So I didn't even move from there. I tear open there and start reading, and I said that you have been accepted. I'm like running inside. I got the admission. I'm running inside to my mom and dad. I got the admission. Wow. I'm stoked. So like, yes, something is going right.
Yes.
So from that point on, I completely stopped studying about the exams.
Just like that.
I still was giving exam, but I did not care much.
Yes.
So
what about your other friends? When you applied together, did you call them on?
No, because back then some of them had already. Some went to UK by that time.
Because how long was it?
It was a time period of about a year.
Okay, so it took like a year after you sent like the.
No. It was the year between the first rejection from Finland, between the second time we applied. There was a time span of 1 year.
Okay.
During which somebody went to UK, somebody did something. So
what about the ones that you applied with for?
No,
you said Usman.
Usman, yeah. So he didn't get the admission, but his brother got the admission.
Who didn't even apply?
Who didn't even apply for himself? So he got the admission, and then it was on to finding the money to show the statement, because you need to have a bank statement.
Yeah. How much was it by then?
Was it 7,000 euros? I think it was 7,000 euros. So of course we didn't have that kind of money back then. We're starting to look around, and one of the guys who were in Nepal to do the test, he had that money. So I borrowed from him, opened up a bank account, put the money in there, showed my statement, went to Nepal again to apply for visa.
Oh, because there's no embassy?
No, there's nothing in Pakistan. So we went there with this Usman's brother Ali,
Yes.
who got the admission. So I went there with him. Then I also met with Said.
Then you met with Said.
Yeah, because
so the group is starting now.
yeah. Now I start to get together. So because at that time I didn't knew Said. Ali somehow got in touch with him. So we went there to apply for visa. It was me, him, and we were three. So it's a flight from Lahore to Karachi to Nepal. We went to apply, we came back, and then we just praying. Hopefully you get it, because even there was an interview and all that, and seemed everything was fine, but you never knew. It was already 2 rejections and whatnot. So it was just, you did our best. Now it's just to pray. Hopefully it comes together. And then you also had the application online, so you could track it.
Yes.
So then there came a day when I checked every day, where is it? So one day it said the decision has been made, but it did not say what the decision was.
They tell you to go to the embassy.
Yeah, no, but the fun thing was, they will not tell you that what's the decision, but later on it will say that you get an email that your card had been sent for printing. That is when you knew, okay, now you have the visa.
Yeah. And that time, if I remember, we were the first batch of people who were getting the card.
Absolutely.
Not the visa. So you were like, card for what?
Yeah, exactly. Because if it was to get the sticker on the passport, we would not have been able to come back from Nepal until we have gotten the visa.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So yes, we were the first batch to get that plastic card. So the good thing was I didn't have to go back to pick the card. We had given the authority letter to a guy that we knew in Nepal. So he sent the visa through the post. Okay, so the visa is in Pakistan now, and it's in a very close city from where I live. 1 hour on motorbike it takes to get there. And it's like they are saying, yeah, it will be here tomorrow. Nothing. The day after tomorrow, nothing. Then we go to those people, the courier people. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, I don't know what's the delay. It's not coming. Then another day, nothing happens. So we are like going crazy on their head. Where is the thing? First, my family goes there, chat with them. Then my brother-in-law go and yell at him. Then I go there. He's like, your family has been here. Please, I can't do anything. Leave me alone. Go yourself. Go. You can go and pick it up yourself. I can give you the address and the number. So they gave the number of the guy who's in charge of that place. My brother-in-law gets on phone with him. Like, what's going on? Why we haven't got? And on the phone, he's bad-mouthing. Yeah, we can't do anything. This, that. And he's talking. He's like, okay, we are driving there now. Yeah, you can come here. We'll see. When we get to there, we go upstairs, it's an office, and like, hey, we talk with the guy, where's the guy? So when you talk with somebody on the phone, you know their voice.
Yeah.
So when you get there, we ask the guy, where's this guy? He's like, yeah, he's out for the lunch. But the voice is the same.
The voice is the same.
So now he's being
shaking now.
Yeah, he's shaking like, oh my, they're here. Like, okay, whatever, give us our thing. So we picked up the visa from there, went to eat. It's like 40 degrees in the hot summer, and we are driving back. Then it's on to the preparations, put everything together, packed up the bag, and on August, was it 5th? When we had the flight from Pakistan.
Because the school, I think it was supposed to start on the 8th or something.
Yeah. If it was on 8th, then we had came earlier.
Yeah, you guys came earlier because you were in
Then it's got to be in the 2nd of August. Then when we were there. Well, doesn't matter, but me and Ali, we had put the same ticket on the same plane together to come to Finland. So we got the ticket, we got in the plane from Lahore. It went to Doha, from Doha it went to Vienna, Austria, and from there was a flight to Finland. So we got there, and this guy's like, yeah, let's sit down here. We had like...
Wait, I cut you a bit. So when you applied and you got the visa to Finland, what did you know about Finland by then now?
Nokia.
Nokia.
That's the only thing you hear about. And then if you search more, the next thing you hear is Vatsalaina, baby.
Yes.
That's the only 3 things that defines Finland back then.
What about the climate and everything? You knew it's cold.
Yeah, of course it was colder, but nobody knew what is cold back then.
Yes.
We are living in a 42 degree, 45 degrees city.
Yeah.
You don't know what is cold.
Yeah.
You think, okay, what's cold here is cold there. Maybe a little bit snow. So because I've been to the north side of Pakistan, so it was like, okay, that's not bad. Of course, you have better facilities here, much nicer houses, insulation. So, it's gonna be fine. Nobody knew what was coming. It was a surprise when you land here, and that's not the only thing. Then it's the made-up mindset of what Finland would look like. what Europe looks like, what we have seen in TV, in movies and everything.
Yeah.
Huge skyscrapers full of people, lots and lots of people, and then you come to Finland and you're like, okay, that I have been deceived. You land at Finland airport, you come out, nope, not what I was looking for. So it's a huge shock when you come from that. Yeah, so this was never foreseen.
So when you're coming to Finland, did you have a place you're coming to stay?
No, we never got the place to stay. We came to Finland.
Who hosted you? What happened?
Said's brother was already in Helsinki.
Who?
Said's.
Okay, yes.
So there we went to stay for a couple of days before we came to Vasa. We stayed there as long as we could before we could get the accommodation here. So we didn't. And again, Said and Ali found some guy from Pakistan, from Islamabad, the big city, who had a shared room in an apartment. So it's like, you guys can come and crash in for a bit until you get your own apartment. He said the whole apartment is empty, only I'm living in the room. It was Olympia 2 E block.
E block.
Yeah.
Olympia 2 E block. Okay, yeah, I remember.
So when we got to Vasa, we were no place to stay. So we came.
You guys drove or you came with the train?
No, what are we going to drive with? No.
Maybe Said's brother.
No, it's a long drive. Nobody. So when we left from Helsinki, still moderately big city, much people, something, and the moment you started closing towards Vasa, it's like trees, more trees, a small station, and that's it. And we were like, no, this is not what we expected. So anyways, the guy came to pick us on a bicycle. So one bicycle, 4 bags, 3 people.
How did you see when somebody's coming with a bicycle? Did you what's going on?
Yeah, well, he was a student also, so you can't expect more from him. So he came to pick us on the bicycle, and
who was that? Do I know him now?
No. He left Finland pretty fast. He went to Canada. He got an admission there or something.
Okay.
So lo and behold, we got to the apartment, and it's one of those, you have one room down and one room you go with the stairs and one is up.
Yeah.
So he was living in the room up. Of course, we don't have a room down. So we crashed in the living room.
The living room, yeah.
And we did not bring any blankets, nothing. So for a couple of nights we slept on the floor, took off the curtains. Yeah, we took off the curtains, put the curtain on top, open the oven, turn on the oven to get some heat in.
Yeah, because if somebody sees how you went through and where you are now, somebody cannot even believe that.
Yeah. So there was pretty interesting couple of nights on the floor with a curtain on top, and we used to turn on the oven and open the door to get some heat in because it was really cold for us.
Yes.
Because in the living room it's always a bit colder.
Yeah.
So we survived somehow, and then we will go out and try to ask was nothing. Then we got to Pikipruki. We got a house from them, and that was in Vanhavasta. Vanhavasta, what was the address now? Kaplimenti.
All that place?
All that way. But we were happy to at least have an apartment.
Yes.
So
yeah, I remember your apartment. Yeah, that's
yeah.
Yeah.
It was me, Ali, and Said. We had applied together, so we got the apartment. Somehow managed to pay the down fee that to get into the apartment. Then we got into the apartment, but still nothing. We don't have no furniture, no nothing, zero stuff. So we still slept. However, we slept a couple of nights. We used to have these towels. You put towel on top because there is no curtains in that house. So we put towels, slept on the floor. Then we it started the school, and we found Jomet.
Was it far from school?
Very far.
So you guys had to walk.
And eventually, when we got bicycles, even those we couldn't afford to get like a proper big bicycle. It was like a kid's bicycle, just tiny. I used to drive all the way from Ristinumi to here and here to Ristinumi. So it was a struggle of its own kind. And there it was very steep when you go up on the hill. Yeah, so when we got to there, then we had to start looking for furniture. And when we started school, Jomet, he was a guy from India, so we spoke the same language. So we asked him, and he's like, yeah, I have a bed and this and that. So he brought us a mattress and some stuff.
Oh, that was nice of you,
Yeah,
man.
well, it's not for free. He
Oh,
told me out. Jomet and for free, no way.
Jomet, you Jomet.
Yeah. Jomet does not give out, even though it was a very bad mattress looking bag,
yes,
but he saved us. So we took the mattress and then he showed us kirpis. So we went to kirpis, bought some stuff to plates and whatnot.
What is kirpis?
Well, it's a flea shop
Okay.
where you get second-hand stuff.
Okay.
So that's how it all started. Then in school, the biggest thing I think that saved us was school. You got food in school.
Yeah, the food in
But the reaction you had for the first time when you go and eat food in school.
Before you start telling me that, I have one question I need to ask before we go. What do you prefer, cricket or hockey?
Cricket.
Cricket. Why?
Well, you know, it's, how can I say, it's the main thing that brings us all together. It's more interesting, it's more lively. I have played it since my childhood. And the biggest event is India versus Pakistan, so that brings us even more.
I remember there's a video we did one time
when we were playing, watching it there with Jomet. So it excites you.
Okay.
A lot more than hockey. Hockey is boring.
Okay.
It's
people hitting each other,
it's
fighting.
like it's like a football with a stick.
Yeah. It's
One
true,
ball,
it's true.
everybody have stick. You go around with it, trying to get the ball.
Okay. Now you're in school now. The first day you came to school.
Yeah.
The orientation, how was it? How many
Orientation,
people
well,
were
you
there?
know,
Like by the
Our
time you
class
guys
was
came?
quite big back then. What was it, 25 people?
But I think we came later on. But you guys were the first people who went to the orientation.
We were on the orientation, but who remembers orientation? Boring people saying blah 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 da da da. Yeah, good, because it had nothing to do with what we were gonna counter in the future. So we did not care much about the orientation. But then it was Hermione. I remember him.
Yes.
We went to the class and I'm your supervisor. So him I remember. This is how it's going to be. We're gonna do this. Okay, now you go for lunch.
So you go for lunch, then you see the food.
Yeah. So you're in the line to get food and well, you're hungry. You haven't eaten much at home. Breakfast zero because of what we couldn't have any stuff to cook. So long story short, we got to the line. When we went to the food, we picked up the food. Didn't know what it was. Just made sure there was no pork in it.
Yes.
So when we got the food, the first thing I ate was rucola. Argola.
Yes.
So it went into my mouth. I put it in my mouth. I chew once and I almost vomit it out because the flavor of argola, I just didn't like it.
You did like it.
So I straight away take a paper and throw it out. Then there was some fish soup. I'm not a fan of fish, but I still eat a little bit back then. But then it was just water with some dill and some little bit of salmon. It tasted so
Now
bad.
I understand why you guys, when we were in kitchen, you guys used to cook your own food the way you want first. The thing that you want to eat.
Because the flavors were not there. It's salt and black pepper, maybe white pepper when it's fish.
Yes.
Nothing else. Dill, what does that add flavor? It's just an aroma you get from there. So we survived with eating this rye bread. This nakkilepa. We put some butter on it and we are eating that and a glass of milk. Then the next thing that happened on the first day also was pima. The sour milk. We thought it was yogurt, so we put it in the glass and I'm like, okay, nothing else is working. Yogurt is good. You throw it in and you throw it out because it's sour.
The milk again, it's not that, it's like a light milk, it's like
it's watery.
Yeah, it's watery. Yeah.
And everything is in Finnish, so you can't really understand what is what. The only thing is milk.
By that time when you guys started, in your heads, were you thinking about looking for a job or did you know what type of things you guys can do or anything?
When we came to in the first week, we couldn't even get our heads around jobs because we were still struggling for the apartment. So once we got settled in a little bit, we got the social security, we got everything going. The next thing was to get the banks, got some kind of an account running. Then we started at the same time. Now we was looking for jobs, and the worst thing was we did not know anybody in Vasa. There was one or two Pakistani guys back then. Found them, talked with them. Then their advice was, well, leave Vasa. There is no jobs. That was what they said. And they themselves were doing 2 jobs And they
They're
told
doing
us
two- and
they're doing 2 jobs, and they say to us, no, there is no jobs in Vasa. So really discouraging words from them, but kept looking. Then in school we started to ask, because you guys, even though you came late, you had jobs.
Yeah, because
First
you know,
of all-
for us, we had family back here, so
Exactly.
we came and we started
So
already here.
then it started to understand that cleaning, paper delivery, postie, those are the choices you have to begin with. So it was then back then when the school started, we also already started to be me, Ali, Saeed, and then Shuaib came in, but he wasn't with us.
Mohammed Ali.
Muhammad Ali was with Shuaib. He had got somehow in contact with him.
Yes.
So we were 3 living there, and when we got to school, we met Shuaib and Muhammad Ali. So we would sit together, talk what to apply, and we started sending out CVs. We made a CV, you sent to Postie, you sent to Cleaning, Soul, RTK, Poyaman Sivos, all these companies you throw CVs to. You go and meet them, and the answer you get is, can you speak Finnish? No, okay, you don't have a job. Because we didn't understand that if you don't have a reference, it's not easy to get a job.
Yes, it's true, yeah.
And back in the days, they did not like people who spoke only English. They wanted to speak Finnish. It was a lot more difficult back then to get a job compared to now. So, lo and behold, we got rejection from everywhere, but we kept going and asking and praying. And the first job that we got were Minoxia.
I remember.
And that's
that day.
paper delivery.
And you know, you guys were so good because the days you guys got Minoxia, I remember you took me, George, and Opoku to Suville at a place with the bikes, and we wanted to I never did it, but at least you guys you were ready to help. Like
because it was in Suvilasi, yes. So we knew that we couldn't get any help, but if we could help anybody, why not?
Yes, it's true.
Because people believe that if you are to give job to somebody else or help somebody, you might lose your own money. But I don't see it that way, because if you help somebody, you get some good out of it. Somebody gets what they want, you help them. So yes, that was also, it was Opoku, you and George, and what was his name?
David.
Yes, David was also with us.
Yes.
Yeah, so we all went there, but at least we got hot chocolate from there. Nothing else.
I remember.
There was a machine, so we all drank hot chocolate. He was some woman from Minoxia who used to sit there. So we got our first job, and then we started delivering papers, but the money was so little.
But every time I used to see you guys, you were happy. You were not complaining. I never saw you guys complaining.
No, because the thing is, at least we were, because in the start, for example, the first 2 months, there was nothing. We didn't even had a job, nothing. We were just spending money and not getting. My mom and dad was not able. We wouldn't have been able to support me if I don't have a job. And my sister supported me from Sweden. So in between that time, also one thing happened is we got an apartment from Voss. And that's where things also went right and wrong, because you have to move from Pikipruki to Voss. And in that time I was going to Sweden to meet my family. So I gave the keys to Ali. I said, give it back to Pikipruki and move everything. So when we moved, there was 1 month we had to pay rent for both houses.
What?
Because we didn't knew that you had to give a notice of 1 month before you can move.
Yes.
And the fun thing was, I tried to sub-rent that apartment. I put an ad on Tori Pistafi for renting the apartment from Pikipruki. And then I'm sitting in the school, I get a call. I'm like, hello. I'm looking at your advertisement for this house that you're renting. How is it available? Like, for how long is it for? And I said, only for this month. I said, okay. And then she says, I'm blah blah blah, I'm calling from Pikipruki, you cannot sub-rent the house.
What?
I'm like, hello, and I can cancel the call. Then we are shaking in the booth like, oh my god, what's going to happen? We are in a country we don't know a thing about. They're probably going to throw us back.
But at least for you, it wasn't something bad, because it's something you didn't know. And you wanted somebody who can do something for that 1 month.
So we were scared. When we got home, there was a paper already pushed in from the letterbox that you cannot subrent the house, it will do this. So we took off that. And but well, we had to pay the rent for both houses 1 month, which was already. But the good thing was, in the new house we were moving, everybody was moving there. Shuaib,
Yes.
but they moved a bit later, but later they moved in with us. Shuaib, Muhammad Ali,
yeah.
and Ali and Said, we all moved there. So that was a big dent in the pocket. Then the next dent was the payment we had given them in the before we
deposit,
deposit. We didn't get it back. Why? Because Ali did not give them key on time.
What?
So they changed all the locks.
What?
And it's those keys that are not electronic. And they were charged like 300, and then there was a little bit dirt left. They charged another 150 something. Nothing came back from there.
Oh my
Zero.
God.
Absolutely zero.
Started with a bad.
So all that money went to nowhere. We did not get a penny out of that back. So we were already quite broke. Back in the days we used to smoke, and when we came from Pakistan we had some packs of cigarettes with us. In the start we didn't care much. We were smoking here, smoking there. When things got tough, you were smoking until there was nothing left. And if there was something left, you would pick it up and smoke it again.
Yes.
So
Yeah, because I remember when you guys came, you were like 5 in the room in a house that you, Waleed, Ali, Muhammad Ali, and Shuaib and Said.
So yeah, it eventually all of us.
I used to enjoy to come to visit you guys.
It was fun
yes.
living with those guys. It was small house. It was all time quarreling and this and that. There was one time Ali annoyed Muhammad Ali so much, and he was running out of the. He threw the bottle at Ali. Ali closed the door, and then there was a hole in the door. So we had lived in that house for quite a long time. From 2012 to 2017 we lived in that house.
To 2017, we graduated 2015. So it means like you guys stayed for like 5 years together.
Yeah. Well,
6.
Around what was it? 2014, when Said had already moved out because he went to Helsinki. And after 2015, I think around 16.
How was the payment then? You guys were paying maybe 20 euro then.
Yeah, that was a good thing. And it was not just us. We had one more guy living with us. So when we were all living together, we were paying something like 70-80 euros a month.
78 euros a month. Wow.
But even then it was tough.
Yeah, because the jobs, we are not even getting that much money.
No. And the only thing we could afford to eat regular basis was these frozen vegetables.
Yes.
And
you made chapati.
Chapati, that's it. Chicken was a luxury.
Yes.
We maybe did once a month. We all put money together, make chicken, and then we enjoy once a month chicken. Nothing else we could afford. And one day we put so much heart and on our hand and went to eat McDonald's.
Oh.
And then we felt sad for 1 week that we wasted money. We could have. Then we are counting. Okay, if we spend this much, how much is it in rupees in Pakistan?
Yes.
And we wasted so much money.
Wow. So you graduated.
Yeah,
But wait, before even you guys graduated, so did you do for that 5 years that you're saying? Were you only doing the Minoxia, or
No.
you got another?
Minoxia we did for maybe 1.5 years, and during about that time in Shuaib, you remember what was Elizabeth? Elizabeth used to do cleaning in Fondis.
Yes, Fondis,
what is the name of the guy? Bakari. Yeah, she used to work for him, and
it's a club.
Yeah,
you guys
it's a pub down, restaurant middle, and club on top.
Yeah.
So she got Shuaib in there for cleaning, and then Shuaib got me in there for cleaning also. So after Minoxia, the first job I got on was cleaning. But I was doing only Fontana on the weekends and sometimes Wednesday
And I heard
morning.
it was dirty, that place.
Yeah, weekends was very dirty. And you had the minimum equipment if you're working with Bakari.
Yeah.
One stick and 2 mops and that's it, and a bucket.
Oh my God, yes.
So it was when I started working, he used to give you 7 hours to clean a whole big club. And I used to spend like 8-9 hours because I was not up to speed and it was so dirty. Then by the time you knew how to do things fast and all that, 7 hours, I'm gone in there from after 4 hours.
Okay, yeah.
But I got paid for 7, so it was good. And after that, I got it was summer of 2013 when I used to started borrowing your car.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was the first job I had gotten from the kitchen. It was a summer job in
So for you didn't do snow?
snow cleaning was a side hustle.
Or the leaves? Or
Snow
something?
cleaning was actually something Upoku used to do. Upoku got Ali in there, then I got there, then Muhammad Ali.
But you guys used to get good money because you can go a place, you get 10 hours, but even if you do 3 hours, you write 10 hours.
Yeah, the thing was, by the time we joined snow cleaning, it wasn't much left in that year.
Yes.
So we did snow cleaning. So there was one time, yes, we were doing Manoxia, we were doing snow cleaning, and on the weekend I was doing
The
cleaning in the
Bakari thing,
Fontana.
Yeah, in the Fontana, yeah.
So there was, time started to be better. It's just that it took a while to get there.
Yeah.
So if back in the day, if somebody came in and like, okay, I need a job or I'm leaving, okay, you leave, because it's not that easy. The quickest thing you could get back then was Minoxia. After Minoxia was something you can get is cleaning. And if you are Nepali people were getting easy job into Posti because there was a lot of them in Posti. They had good reference. So Muhammad Ali got the job in Posti. He used to work there. So Minoxia and snow cleaning, which was quite tough from time to time when there's a lot of snow, to push it with the hand and freezing outside in the cold.
Were you always be given like a big area to do those things, or it was like just
no, it wasn't so bad. It was because we were many people, me, Ali, Muhammad Ali. We still have the photo. We were cleaning the snow in Suvilahti, the Voss apartments in Suvilahti.
You have the photo?
Not now.
No, but no, you'll give it to me, then I'm gonna put it
Yeah, these ice picks are literally useless because you see how it's going here.
Shit. We need safety glasses here.
Because the chips are going into our eyes, and this is literally really hard to do.
So we still have that photo that we were so tired after, in between cleaning, hungry and tired. We were just sitting like this, and Muhammad Ali fell asleep there.
Wow.
So it was a start. It was from the very start when we got the snow cleaning. And then there was one time but it's nothing compared to Minoxia. Minoxia is a different kind of a hell. What I used to do were like 400 papers, and you make like 190. Some, if you are lucky, there is some paper that gives more. You'll get maybe 220 a month.
What?
A month.
Now this is the time I'm hearing about this, because for me, from the outside, when I saw you guys, I felt like when you started doing all these things, I thought like you guys are balling.
No, we were.
You guys you were getting 200 or so, only.
It was just that. It was just that. So if it was enough to get us through a month. Was it 80 euros, 90? Went to rent, some food, something that always goes, so you need to buy an apron.
And the thing in school we used to eat, and sometimes we used to carry food.
We used to as much as we could, because that was the only way. I remember since we lived in that apartment together, we had one microwave we got from school. We threw it away when we moved out of that apartment. We never bought a new microwave. So the microwave was given to us by school because they were throwing it away. So it was until it went a little bit better. After Minoxia, we got a little bit snow cleaning. Went a little bit better, but snow cleaning is only winter, so it's very limited.
So you got a cooking job.
Yeah. So
was it far from Vasa? Because I remember.
Yes, it was on Replot, so I would say, what was it, 25, 30 kilometers?
Yes.
I went to the interview in that company called Opteam, and there was a guy, he's from, I don't know where he's from. Pablo was his name. He's a very nice guy. So it was, me and Ali had the interview one after another. I think first went Ali, then I went after him for the interview. And to be honest, back then, if you even get an interview call, it was like,
that's the
best feeling you had at the moment.
Yes, it's
because
true.
you thought you got the job.
Yeah.
And so I went to interview before that in MVP. Used to be a cleaning company. So they did the
I used
interview.
to work in MVP.
They used to take the interviews, but then you get the email, Waleed Ahmad, unfortunately you haven't been selected.
Yeah. Okay.
So we went to interview, and the guy said, do you have a car? I said, sure. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll get back to you then.
That's what I always tell many people. Just say yes, everything. When you're in, then you'll know.
You'll
what to
figure
do.
out
Yes.
how the rest is. So
Yeah.
I said to him, yes, sure, why not? Because I remember even before that, I took car from you once or twice to drive around Vasa, just for the fun of it.
Yes.
You had the Opel Astra.
Opel Vectra.
Vectra?
Yeah,
Was it
Vectra,
Vectra? Yeah, Opel Vectra you had back then, the
yeah,
sedan.
uh-huh.
So,
And you know me, I was giving it to you because of what? Because for you, you were putting fuel.
Exactly.
I was so happy.
so I used to promise you I'll put fuel
I'll
before I
put
gave it
fuel,
to you.
Yes.
So I said yes to him, and then he called me a day or two later that, we have a opportunity for you. If you come and we can have a chat. I was like, okay. Very excited, got there and like, there's a summer job in this place, a little bit far away. I was like, we're in the Repulot. I don't think we were to Repulot before that. Because nobody had a car and there was no way.
I think we went only once with the school when
exactly.
we did but we didn't know that restaurant like you can,
No. So he had me there for an interview. The guy was there or something. So we did an interview and the guy was like, it's okay, you can come. Then I called you, I was like, I need a car. I got a job, so I need a car to get there.
Yeah.
So I used to borrow your car. Sometimes I take the car, sometimes you drop me and come back. I just for fuel. But that was a big start.
Yeah.
That was a big step forward. And the only sad thing was, in the cooking time, we got the chance to do the work practice in the first year. But out of that, only one person got the job. Out of the whole class went to the work practice in the first year. There was only one person who got the job. That was Shuaib.
Yeah.
Because he went to McDonald's.
Yes.
He was the only one, and Ali.
Yeah,
well,
yes.
Ali acted like a fool, so he didn't get the job.
Yes.
Shuaib went to McDonald's. He got the job. I was in Fondes. The only good thing I got from there was good kitchen skills. I learned a lot from there.
Yes.
But then I was like, maybe I go to McDonald's. So I did like 2 weeks in McDonald's for only reason to eat free burgers.
Yes.
So I used to eat a lot of burgers, French fries, nuggets. So after that interview, he said yes, and then I used to borrow your car, go there. And then after the first month when I made good money, it was like, well, to be earning from 300-400 euros a month to suddenly get 1200, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
So then I asked Ray for a car. I didn't even knew Ray. It was you through you. We went there and he's like,
I remember your first car and I said, I have a guy who can. Yeah.
So when we went to see the car and I went on the bicycle. I still had the bicycle. Everywhere we used to go on bicycle. And I went to see the car and like, this is, I'll fix it, no problem. This, that, if you come some problem, you have this much time. I said, okay. All the money I had, I gave it to him. I threw my bicycle there, like, you stay here, I don't need you anymore. I took the car and
Do
I
you
started.
remember our class, all our classmates, we had cars.
Yeah.
We were parking until even the teachers, they don't even get parking for.
I think we were the one class that eventually everybody had a car.
Everybody had a car.
Yeah. So that was the first car. It was a Renault Clio. I don't remember the registration, but when I see it, I know it's this one. I've seen it around in Vasa. It was actually quite a nice car in the beginning. So, there was the first car. And from our group, nobody had a car. So that was the first car. So we were so stoked. After work,
all of them.
the moment I'm back from work, I'll just call everybody. Okay, I'm here. Everybody will run down. We're in the car. We're driving around, taking weird pictures, old school with the car. We went driving on every single road of Vasa. We will drive every single road of Vasa. So it was every day to Repulot and back. And then it was already now second year when we were there. And Bledy and Iona were with us. And Bledy got a job in, you remember, France Money. So I used to go to work and school and balance it. Someday I had to skip school to go to work and all that. Because after summer they said to me, you work really good, so you can stay with us. The best thing about that restaurant, it was fine dining. We're talking about 7-course meal and whatnot. Very good food. So I learned a lot from there. Like a lot. That was the best place. Even school I didn't learn much. And there I learned a lot. So I had a big argument with Sami by the end of second year, or was it third year? He used to say to me, why are you talking like that? You don't even come to school. And I said to him, well, you know what? I'm learning better there than you compared to here. Because it was, now I remember why it all started. He was like, we're going to go back to basics. And I was like, no, but what are we going to learn more? Like, you are the one to complain. You're not even in the class. Like, why would I be in the
yes,
class when you're doing this? I'm
yeah,
learning a lot more from there. So he got really pissed off about that, but that was the truth. Because majority of
Man,
our
it's
class
true.
didn't give a damn about where
You
we were
just
learning.
imagine me and Opuku. What did
Exactly.
you even get from that,
No.
that school? It was
Exactly.
just playing every
So
time.
majority was like that. Whatever is whatever, we are gonna go work and who cares? So yeah, then I got work practice for the final year. It was in France Money. Lady said to me that it's a good place. Try getting a practice there, because in the winter it was almost very less work to zero work in
yes,
there.
it's true. Yeah,
It's a summer restaurant, so
Yes.
then I was like, you know what, maybe yeah. I went there for work practice, and I did good job, and I didn't even have to ask them for a job. The head chef of the place came and asked me, would you like to work here? I said, this is, if you're willing to write me a contract with this many hours, this way, yeah, sure. He said, yeah, fine. We shook the hand. Then the worst part was, by that time it was almost summer, and the head chef of the other restaurant, he was in France because he's a French guy, or was he in Belgium? I don't remember. And he relied on me so much to run the restaurant that he used to call. His mother was there once for the visit in the restaurant. He said to me, "This guy is my right hand."
Wow.
So because he taught me so well, and we got together so nicely. So then I had to break the news to him that I won't be working anymore.
What?
But everything happens for good. So I left that, and I got to a place where I don't have to drive for half an hour to get to better salary, better. And everything was good. You had more advantages. You had some secure future compared to that place. It's a big company, S Group, France Money. So that was the job I got there in the cooking, and I stayed in that restaurant, France Money Wasaka. That was between both.
So France Money and Wasaka was like the same. Is the same kitchen or?
Same the back kitchen was the same, but the front was different.
Okay.
So we used to jump between. Some days you're working in France Money, some days you're working in Wasaka.
So all this you're telling me story, you came from Pakistan wanting to come do a bit of cooking, and then you go and branch. All of a sudden, now you've made cooking like there's something that you want to do. Did you ever try the way you plan, like you come and change? Did you ever try to change when you were in school?
Yeah. I thought about it. It was after because the first year you really can't do much.
Yeah.
Or actually we try to do. Well, here's the fun story. I have always had troubles in everything where Ali gets involved. So when we came to Finland, after the struggle we had in Vienna due to Ali, we went to give a test in a university called Hagahilia in Helsinki. So I don't remember what I applied for, and I went to give the test. So because of the incident that happened, both of our passport was in the same bag.
Yes.
So when we got to the reception of the university, he just took out and gave me one passport, and he took one passport. So I didn't see what passport. I gave it to the person. He's like, yeah, okay, you go and sit there. The test started, and they said, leave the passport on the front of the table so we can see who's who and what is what. I'm reading like this, and the guy comes and looks at the passport and looks at my sheet and then says me, look up. I'm like, yeah. Get up. I'm like, what? Get up. You think I don't notice this? I was like, what happened? He takes my papers, throws it away like this.
Oh, because now they think like you guys are cheating, like you're doing for each other like that.
What happened was our passports got missed.
Yes.
I had Ali's passport and Ali's has mine. So he takes me to a room upstairs, and I go there. Ali's already there. Oh, well, what's happened? Yeah, you had my passport. I was like, oh my God, here we go. This is straight back home.
And you know that one, let me tell you something. That one you can't even if it's true, it happened like that and it's true, you guys, it was mixed up. For them, they think you guys.
Yeah. They think we are complicit.
Yes.
Yeah. So the guys are, then the I don't know if it was the dean or who it was, he came in and asked, what's going on? Then we explained to him, so this is what happened in Vienna. The guy lost his residence permit. We slept in the airport overnight due to that. And when we came, we were so tired, super mixed up. We put everything together in one place for the sake that nothing gets lost again. So things got mixed up, and it is what it is.
Wow.
So the lucky part is they I don't know if they checked with the immigration, because the immigration knew what happened with us. I don't know if they checked with them or not. They understood us and they let us go. Because if they did not believe us, it was a ban in whole Finland for us.
Yes, I know. Yes, that is bad.
Yeah.
They were
So we were this close
cheating, yeah.
of getting banned all over Finland to study anywhere. So it would have been a matter of time before we would have been thrown back.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. So
So you say like you thought that was the first place you wanted to go. What were you guys applying to do what there?
I don't remember what
don't
was
remember,
the.
But was it like you don't like? Was it immediately after you came, or you already started school?
We had actually applied. It was before even we came to Vasa. We were still in Helsinki.
So the point is now the question is after you started here, first month, second month, in your mind,
Yeah.
have you ever thought of like, I don't think I want to do this cooking?
I never wanted it. Not from day one, not
But
from day
then
two.
you
No.
know how to lie to us because you look like you are so happy.
Yeah,
where
but
you
you
are.
know, I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I started studying in cooking, I did not care much about in the first half of the year. Then I checked. Okay, Hogahili option was already lost because of what happened. To be able to apply again, you have to wait
Yes,
1 year.
yes.
By the time 1.5 year of my study was gone. So I calculated that if I leave by then, another 1.5 year of my life is went to nowhere. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I stay here. So then I started to really understand and give a little bit more care to what I was studying. Then I started to be more careful. I studied better. I got better at cooking and got better skills and everything. But it was never the
It
plan
wasn't
A.
never- okay.
It was never the plan A. The plan A was always to get into another place, things what I wanted to do, like what I'm doing now.
Yeah,
So
it's true. Yeah.
that's never been the plan.
Okay.
It's just that I didn't want it to waste 1.5 years.
Okay.
More.
So there's another question I need to ask you before we go to the now. What you've been doing after? Are you still doing the cooking or
No.
what? Okay. So if I go to Pakistan, will you? If you're telling me to go and visit Pakistan, will you advise me to go to see the mountains, or you can tell me to
Go
go
to
other
north.
side of the beach?
Go to north.
Uh-huh.
Beach, well, beach is beach. It's everywhere the same.
Yes. Uh-huh.
The northern side, beautiful. It's mountains. You have the second highest mountain there, K2, and beautiful Karakoram highways, and it's beautiful there. I have only seen a little bit of it. That's also one thing on my to-do list, to go back and see all that
see
area.
all that thing.
If you pick it up anywhere on the
Are there
northern
roads going all the way like
Of
tarmac
course,
road, or you
yeah,
have to
there
walk
is
or-
roads. Maybe some is not that good, but you can get anywhere. And some people, I can always take the flight to the northern areas. Yeah. There's flights going there. So definitely, beaches. It's the same everywhere.
Okay, good. Okay, now, are you still doing cooking? Are you
No,
cooking still?
2015 we graduated. Then it was only working, and by 2017. I had moved into this other house because everybody started to spread out. Shoaib went separate, Muhammad Ali went separate, Ali and me, we moved into this house where we moved out from now. So I was starting to get bored, and I wanted to do something that was a bit more of my interest. So looking on Vasa's page, I read the news that they are starting a course in English, mechanical engineering and production technology. Like, okay, I would like that. First batch, of course, in the first batch is always complication. It's not that great. I applied for it. Then I got that mission. I was like, now I need to see if my work lets me do this. So I talked with my people at work. Hey, I'm going back to school, 3 years, but I cannot do mornings. So is it okay that I only do evenings for 3 years?
Yes.
They said, we would love that, because evening was more tougher and I was good at that. So then it started in 2017 August. Morning 8 to 3:30, 4 o'clock to school, and 4:30 to 11 in the night to work for 3 years. So, and there I went to do work practice in that course in Vatsila. But that place is just, it's just like working in a factory line. You have no life. You are not gonna get anywhere. So I got really tired of that because it was very boring, nothing interesting. Yeah, for a few days.
First, let me ask you. In school, when we were doing that mechanical, did you like the way they were teaching there? Because you know, so many people of us, like, we just dropped, like, poof, we just said,
I
this thing.
think-
Because the aim of them starting that was we are speaking in English. They want speaking people who speaks English and everything, so that we can. Then when we went inside, all of a sudden, when you are going for your first practice, they are saying, "Do you have Finnish?"
Yeah, that is something they had not planned well. When they started the course, the idea was they want mechanical fitters who can go out in the field, and because of course Wärtsilä, for example, they send out people all over the world for fixing and whatever reasons. So that was the plan, but I don't know what happened there. They changed their mind. Maybe they preferred Finnish fitters, I don't know. But yes, that was a big giveaway for a lot of people. They stepped off the course, they stopped studying. But for me it was interesting what they were teaching. Of course the method was a little bit not that good.
Yes,
it was a little bit not that good organized because it's the first time.
Yeah, it was the first time. Yeah.
And now when I talk to one of the teachers, and he says that now it start to be better. He said when the course started, they just threw everything. Okay,
And
who
they
have
were
a little
trying-
bit more
It's
time.
true. Yeah.
Okay,
Kari
you are
and the
teaching
rest,
them.
They were trying to just.
Yeah, you're just picking up people and adjusting them everywhere. So in the start it was a little bit messy, yes, but we got through it. And then from when I was in Wärtsilä, like I said, a Coleman teacher said, I can't be here. It's so boring, I'm falling asleep here. Said, okay, there's a small company in Vasa, but they want to have somebody who have electrical experience. I said, okay, get me there, let's see what happens. So it was a company in Suvilahti, next to the repaint guy. So I go there and the guys are like, yeah, what's your name and everything. Like, do you have any electrical experience? I said, well, not really, but I like electrical and I know a little bit. So I said, okay, you can start. So I started doing my work practice there. I'm making cable harness for them whatsoever. And by the end of the practice, they asked me, we would like to hire you. I was like, sure.
Wow.
But then Corona happened. So this is about the end of
Corona happened,
2019.
Yeah.
This was somewhere in the winter of 2019 when I stopped the work practice there. And 2020 happened and everything went sideways. Corona, things shutting down and whatnot. So even the kitchen job that I was still doing, it went
Completely because
Completely.
they closed and everything. Yeah.
So we started doing food delivery. Luckily I had the Volt account still running.
Yes.
So we started doing food delivery, and then I got a job in this restaurant Niska. I was leading the kitchen in there, and it was good in the start. But then when I started to realize what a place it is and how messy it is, and it was so cramped and so warm, you feel suffocated
you
in
can
there.
See it. Yeah.
So I got a call from the same company. It's SSE Heating System. So they give me a call. The guy's name was Jonas. He's passed away now. So he gives me a call like, I'm calling from there. Like, okay, yeah. How are you doing? He's like, yeah, good. Yeah, we have a job if you're interested. I'm like, yeah. What's the job? He's like, yeah, 20 hours a week. We can't promise more, but 20 hours a week we can give you. I said, yeah, no problem. When can I start? He's like, you can start next week. I said, okay, I'll start.
Then you have to quit this.
And I'm in the middle of the kitchen and I just went out to take the call. So I took the call and I came back and and then the guy who runs that place, I knew him from back in the restaurant when I was working in Replot. So I said to him, I don't need to stay here, but I'll stay here one more week so you can find somebody. That week went by and I started working there. I never looked back.
You never looked back. So until now is what you're doing.
I'm doing the same. I'm in the same company. I started there as a regular, like a fitter or something, working on the floor, and then slowly I start to, because when you work in the kitchen, your mind goes into a mindset where you have to have everything organized in a way.
And you know, again in the kitchen, I think every day is like the same, like because you do the same things.
No, you don't get bored in the kitchen if you enjoy it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It was never boring, especially if you're doing the evening job. It was not boring, but it was every day was a different kind of challenge.
Okay.
Someday you are working, something runs out, you don't know how to deal with that.
Okay.
Someday you are alone and there's 20 people. How do you deal with that? So it was quite a lot of challenges that I had gone through, but it was for some good. So they start to see that, okay, I can do more. So they start to give me a little bit more. Okay, you can start ordering stuff from one place. Then you can do this. Then you start doing some research for us, find more products where we can get them from. So up and up, and now I'm running the production in the place.
Wow, that's nice.
So now I'm managing the production in the place.
Wow. So let me ask you another question. the Waleed of 2012. What do you know now that if you could have done it before, at least your life here in Finland could have been like a bit better? I'm not saying it's bad, but you could have done different.
If I have to say something like that, there's not much I would change.
What
Because
about
there
the
wasn't
language?
much of an options we have back then. The only thing I could have done differently was when we had time and we had a lot of time when we didn't have a job, probably should have learned a bit more language.
Language, yeah.
Because there isn't much you can do.
Yeah, it's true.
There's nothing you could change back then, no.
So you're satisfied with what?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty fine. I'm
Your
pretty
life,
happy
the
with
way
the
you
way
started
it have
from,
gone
yeah.
up, yeah. Of course, it can go more up, you can get to more better place and whatnot, but from where I am to where I started, it's really good.
Any best moment that you can remember since you came to Finland that it stuck on your head? Like any best moment? What is?
Best moment?
And then you're gonna tell me your worst.
I probably will remember worst faster than the best. What would be the best moment? I think the best moment would be when you get the first job.
Okay.
The feeling.
Yes, the feeling. Yes.
That's the best feeling.
When you see you have your own account now, money
Yes,
coming to
and
your
of
own
course
account.
when you get your first car,
Yeah.
those are the kind of feeling that sticks there. Later on, it could be that you got the residence permit. Everybody gets that. It's not a big deal, but the feeling for the first job, that's something you remember.
The worst.
The worst would be, well, how we got to Finland, all the problems on the airport.
Ali?
Yeah, all the problems have been Ali have been a big part of it. They have been somehow because of him. So, but we got through it, and I don't think there is any as such horrible moment. So, yeah, that would be the worst moment. Like I said, in Hagahilia, this close to being banned in Finland, that was the most scary moment in Finland. There hasn't been a scary moment.
Any advice you can give my people, like who are coming to people who are coming to Europe? Expectations.
Yeah, lower your expectations and up your work. Because if you expect higher and you don't get that, you have a huge disappointment. That puts you on the wrong path.
That's true.
It's pretty much the same what I have seen with many of my friends. They came to Europe and well, you expect a different kind of lifestyle, and when you come and see what it is, you're a little bit confused first. And then if you don't find out what you really want, and you need to have patience, very important. When we came in, we had to go through a lot before we got anywhere. We got even a penny from anybody. So sleeping from considering how we slept on the floor with the curtain on and the oven door open to where we are now, you have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah, it's true.
And don't go after cars and these things until you have what you need to get it for. Because I've done the same mistake. There was a time I bought a 20,000 euros car on loan. And to be honest, when I got home and I started calculating to what I'm earning, to what I had to pay, to what I have to send home, I did not sleep well for 3 nights until I returned the car. Because it all started with, okay, car, you can get it easy. And when you go to the guy, they're like, the loan is cleared. If you want, you can have it. So I took the car, and then I did not think, because in the moment you're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's true.
So then came in the paper from Trafi, how much road tax you're going to pay. When I looked at that, it was 890 euros a year. Diesel car it was. I didn't knew what is diesel and petrol.
Yes, you thought like the same.
So when I started calculating, I did not get sleep for 3 nights. And I was figuring out how to give the car back. I took a loss of 300 euros, but I gave the car back.
You gave it back. But at least
And that
you
saved
yourself.
me.
Yeah, it's true.
And that saved me. And from that to after that, I had only taken once a car on installments, and that was because of a Volt. I was driving a car, it was manual, and I started to have pain in my knee.
Yes.
And even then, when I stopped doing Volt, I sold it again.
You sold it again.
I had to pay maybe 200, so it wasn't bad. After that, I still haven't bought a single car on installment. Nothing I have bought on installments after that. So that's also one thing. Don't just keep taking loan. That's the worst
Because
thing.
man, it messes even somebody's. You can't even sleep. Oh my God.
It's the same thing, like they say, you should have cash in your hand so you know what you have. You take a card, you keep beeping here, beeping there, beeping there. You don't know what you're losing.
Yeah.
You don't know what you have in your account until you don't have anything.
Yeah.
It's the same with everything.
Hey, Baba, thank you very much for coming.
No problem.
I thought like we were going to do only 30, 45 minutes. It's like 1 hour. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys, please subscribe to The Rise. Asante Zana. Sema asante sana.
Zande Zana?